Welcome back to another edition of Grizzlies Daily, and we really have to get straight into it because we actually have breaking news. A trade before the season is even officially over. The Desmond Bane experiment in Memphis. It is now on to Orlando. The Memphis Grizzlies trade Desmond Bane. Yes, Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic for reportedly Contavious Caldwell Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first round picks, and 1 first round pick swap. This all reported by Shams, literally breaking news as of this moment. Desmond Bane will be traded to the Orlando Magic, breaking up the big three core of Ja, Jaren, and Desmond. And all I have to say is I was completely thrown off left field. There were no reports of any talks with Orlando, any talks of Desmond Bane really even being shopped for that matter. Now, we knew for a fact that majority of the team was not untouchable, but there was no rumors saying that Desmond Bane would be traded, that, he would be up available, and here we are. Desmond Bane is going into the Orlando Magic, and the Grizzlies get an absolute haul for him. Now, granted, great, honestly, I'm still kind of processing it myself. Shams just dropped a new tweet right here. It says Orlando is sending the 16th overall pick in this year's draft, Phoenix's first round pick in 2026, Orlando's unprotected first round pick in 2028, and their 2030 unprotected first. The pick swap is likely projected in 2029. And all I have to say is, my goodness, Zach Kleiman, you cooked with this one. I have to admit it. Now, everybody kind of came for Zach Kleiman saying he wasn't being aggressive enough. He wasn't making any trades. He wasn't trying to win. And all I have to say is this is exactly the kind of trades that you have to make if you want to win a championship. Yes, Desmond Bane was a key piece to this team, but I brought up many times that out of everybody in that core three right there between Ja, Jaren, and Desmond was the one that I felt like would get traded the most because it's been multiple cases in the playoffs where he struggled, and Desmond's a great player. Regular season, he balls out, but he's had issues that have hindered the team when it matters the most. So I could definitely see him being up for a trade. Looking at more tweets right here. Massive swing for Orlando to compete in the Eastern Conference, and for the Grizzlies, an opportunity to add a championship defensive wing, backcourt depth, and a major haul of draft picks utilized. And that is exactly what I was saying. The Grizzlies, and y'all remember throughout every single episode, I kept saying the Grizzlies need to trade for more veterans, and that's exactly what they did right there. So great to see that they got the memo that they need to get older. They need to get more experience on the team. And Contavious Caldwell Pope is a guy that I absolutely love. He's not the greatest shooter, but he's a shooter that comes up when you need him. This is a guy that, like I just said, he played in Denver with Nikola Jokic on the championship roster. He's also played with LeBron. He has the experience it takes to win a championship. And we've seen multiple teams, for example, Oklahoma City, Indiana. The veteran does not have to be the best player in the league. It does not. We're seeing Indiana take Oklahoma City to the brink with TJ McConnell as the veteran. And then we see Oklahoma City dominating with Alex Caruso as the veteran. It does not take a lot for teams to get motivated to become great teams. And this is something that the Grizzlies absolutely, right here, you need it, right? You need it, absolutely. And not to mention, I don't know how they pulled it off. I got to be honest. I don't know how they were able to get the 16th overall pick. That's like, what, 2 picks out of the lottery? That's an absolute steal, in my opinion, for Zach Kleiman. So he did what we needed him to do. And honestly, the scariest part about this is he's not done. Shams told us this was going to be the craziest offseason we've seen in a long time. And everybody thought the Grizzlies would just single out and not do anything, and they're the first team to do something, which tells me that the majority of these rumors, they're probably true. The Grizzlies are making calls. This, I promise y'all, we heard nothing. No rumor, no sign of a trade coming soon involving Desmond Bane, or even Orlando for that matter. And here we are on a Sunday, Father's Day, right here. Desmond Bane traded to the Orlando Magic for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, who I didn't even really talk about, but Cole Anthony, great guy, great guard play. He's got great athleticism, great playmaking. Just one thing, I hope he improves on his 3-point shooting. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to having Cole Anthony on the team. I've followed him since North Carolina. Great player. Looking to see what he does for the team, and obviously those 4 unprotected first round picks, including this year's pick, number 16th overall pick. So not only do you have those, but you have your 2 second round picks as well. So you got those, and then you got 1 first round pick swap for 2029. And obviously for Desmond Bane and the Orlando Magic, you got him, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs. A very good team right there, actually. Orlando, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. And mark my words, I'm not saying Desmond Bane is the game-changing player for them, but I would not be surprised if Orlando was a potentially top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference next year. I mean, they have every single part of their lineup figured out. They just have to really, really mesh well together, and Orlando could really make some noise, man. So I that's all we know for right now. I'm still in shock. I literally woke up and to the news, and I'm still in shock. Like, a part of me has goosebumps because I did not expect any of this at all. But that's the craziness of the NBA offseason, and we're not even in the offseason. So as more comes out, we're definitely gonna let you guys know. But man, that is a game changing move right there, franchise changing move right there. So I definitely like what the Grizzlies have in store. Now, switching gears into something that's not breaking, but just something kind of on the subject. Just following up on the whole Denny Avdia rumor. If you don't know, the Grizzlies and the Blazers are in talks for a trade involving Blazers for Denny Avdia. A source right here says that an unconfirmed proposal for the Blazers wing would see the Blazers receive Brandon Clark, Gigi Jackson, a protected 2026 first round pick, and a 2028 first round pick that could be a swap or protected, and multiple second round picks. So, if there is some validity to that, there is a possibility that we could see one of those picks that the Grizzlies recently got and flipped. Now, in my opinion, if you're going to do that, I highly, and I mean highly, suggest that the Grizzlies really consider which pick they give up, because, like, let me read off the list of picks that the Grizzlies just got. So you got this year's pick from the Magic at 16. You got Phoenix first round pick of next year, and then you have the Magic's first round pick for 2028 and 2030. Honestly, I'd be looking to give up one of those 2028 and 2030 first round picks. I with the way that Phoenix is right now, I would look into keeping that pick. I don't think Phoenix, unless they change some things up, I don't think they're a playoff team at all. I think you definitely get a lottery pick with that. And then the 2028 first round pick, that's, like I said, we already discussed that. I think they already want that. So you really got to talk, really have to discuss. Really got to discuss this one. Like I said, this is no real confirmation, but this is just a rumor, and I truly do think the Grizzlies are going to work as much as they can to get a guy like Denny Avdia, and potentially more. I mean, they just traded Desmond Bane, and Desmond Bane had one of the highest contracts in the league, and now you pass it on to Orlando. That only tells me that you're looking to dumb down the cap space to sign more players, and I'm all for it. I've seen some people say that the Blazers will try to get Jaren. Some Blazers fans even saying that it's not worth it unless they get Jaren Jackson. I understand it, but I feel like for us to be willing to give up Jaren Jackson Jr., the haul has to be way better than we think, and overall just something that we cannot pass up. Other than that, I don't think Jaren is involved in the talk, and if that's just the deal breaker for the Blazers, then this deal does not go through. It's just that simple. So definitely something that we're going to be following as more details come out. But something else that really struck my attention. Bleacher Report put out something, and it basically said each team's I guess each team's trade in the off season ideal or something like that. And Trey Young was listed on here. Now, what's funny is um, Bleacher Report's reasoning for giving up Trey Young, I mean, for the Grizzlies getting Trey Young, was to simply have someone alongside Ja Morant, kind of replacing Desmond Bane. Not, and honestly, it surprised me because I thought Bleacher Report would have been quick to be like, oh, both teams trade their star point guards, but they actually want Trey Young to be alongside Ja Morant in the starting lineup. Now, my only issue with that is Trey Young is very undersized and very, 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 very small on defense. So that's just something that you really, really got to think about when it comes to that. So I don't think it really will happen. Now, granted, Trey Young is a very, very good player. He's always available. He's proven himself multiple times to be an all NBA guard. So, no doubt in my mind that this would be great for the Grizzlies, but at the same time, I just don't think it would mesh as well as people think. So I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think this is something the Grizzlies would even entertain. It's just too much that goes into it, and plus one of those pieces literally just got traded. So I don't even know who you would consider in a deal because Atlanta is definitely considering the future, and they want somebody alongside that. So unless you're honestly, I'll be honest. I think in order to get Trey Young, you have to trade Jaren Jackson Jr., which I don't feel comfortable with us doing. So definitely something that I kind of saw, but honestly just downplayed. I don't think that's something that ends up happening. Now something that I do kind of wish it happening, and I know we've had our differences with Russell Westbrook and how we feel about his game and things of that nature. However, however, he is going into free agency. He just declined his player option with the Nuggets. It was only $3.4 million for a veteran's minimum. I think you could. I think Russell Westbrook may be worth putting in a Grizzlies uniform. I mean, we talk about an experience. Let's be real. Kentavious Caldwell Pope, you got a champion right there, two-time champion, I might add. Then you got Russell Westbrook, who's played with so many great players, and he's a spark off the bench that can really, really get this team going, especially defensively. Now, don't get me wrong, I know Westbrook has had his moments. I've even called them out, but that's just something you get with Westbrook. You're gonna get unpredictable games. You're gonna get moments where Russell Westbrook shoots the best shot available, and then sometimes he just straight up airballs. That's just the Russell Westbrook experiment right there in a nutshell. But you can't tell me with a straight face that him alongside him alongside a guy like Scottie Pippen Jr. or maybe a Gigi Jackson, I feel like that lineup works perfectly. And not to mention, as Zach Edey comes back into the lineup, Russell Westbrook, he knows all about playing the pick and roll. He's played around many great centers, many great players. So he's a pick and roll kind of guy. I just really wish he kind of understood the role that he's in and doesn't try to take over games. But I could definitely see the Grizzlies entertaining something like this. And honestly, I'd be a fan of it. It's the experience that we need. And it's the pace. It matches the pace that the Grizzlies run with. I mean, the Grizzlies was the fastest running team this year, or even really the past couple years. So adding Russell Westbrook to that, I mean, you got one of the fastest point guards in the league in John Moran. Then you have a guy like Russell Westbrook with high energy. Honestly, that sounds like music to my ears. But these are all just rumors. These are things that we can see going into free agency. We're going to be following everything. This marks the start of one of the craziest off seasons we're going to see in franchise history. I love what I'm seeing from the Grizzlies. Look, and that's the thing. That's the thing about these years. You're going to come across tough decisions. And this is clearly a tough decision. This was not an easy decision. I can tell it wasn't. And they pulled the trigger on it. They realized we need to win. The championship window is closing. And I like what I'm seeing right here. So I am a fan of what's going on. Desmond Bane, you will be dearly missed in Memphis. I can't even hold you. It's been so many times watching Desmond. He's a great player. Great player. Can't wait to see what he does in Orlando. He's done a lot for the city as well. So can't wait to see what Desmond Bane does in Orlando, and I can't wait to see what Kentavious Caldwell Pope and company do here in Memphis. So we're going to wrap up with this emergency episode of Grizzlies Daily, and we're going to be back here tomorrow talking about more when it comes to this trade deal. Like I said, everything right now is just fresh news. We're gonna find out more. We're gonna get more reactions from teams from both sides. So definitely gonna bring that to you guys. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to Grizzlies Daily. And I'm serious. Subscribe to Grizzlies Daily and turn on the post notifications to hear when that video comes out, because we're gonna hear some things. We're gonna hear some tough words regarding this decision that a lot of us may find questionable. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And as for this episode, my name is Malik, and y'all have a blessed rest of your day. And once again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there in the world. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the hardworking men in our life. So y'all all stay blessed and have a great day.